So you know that I think alcohol-free living is amazing. It's the best thing I've ever done, and I consider it to be a total lifestyle upgrade. And I wasn't a rock bottom drinker. I was just someone who quietly drank too much in my kitchen night after night and woke up feeling terrible about it day after day. So initially my plan was to take a proper break from drinking for 100 days. But some 8.5 years later, here I am. Me and alcohol still haven't got back together. I decided to stick with sobriety because I felt so much happier and healthier without alcohol in my life. But I can't pretend it's all been sunshine and rainbows. There are some really annoying things that happen when you quit drinking. And rather than just gloss over them, I thought I'd actually talk about them in this video because you probably want to know about them. And I want to share how I've dealt with them in case it helps you too. So the first one is that some of your friendships might change. Most drinkers end up surrounding themselves with other drinkers, and your decision to quit drinking might make your drinking buddies feel uncomfortable or self-conscious about their own habits. You might see them slip straight into defending their own drinking or trying to convince you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with your drinking. It is annoying to have to deal with that. What I've realised is that a true friend should want to spend time with you no matter what liquid has been poured into your glass. And if your relationship weakens when you stop drinking, it isn't sobriety that's to blame. Your alcohol-free lifestyle is simply shining a light on the weaknesses that were already there. Now, with that said, you do need to give people a chance to adapt and adjust. Some people don't cope very well with change, or they might just be surprised and react in a clumsy way to start with. So don't draw any conclusions right away, but if in time someone still can't get their head around you not drinking, don't stress about it. Some relationships just change over time. You will meet new friends, and the great thing is that in sobriety, they'll get to know the real you. The second annoying thing is that some people might pressure you to drink. Now, I reckon most of us thought we left peer pressure behind when we left school, but what I'm talking about here are those subtler requests, such as, "Oh, come on, there's no need to be good, it's Friday." Or, "Oh, you're not going to leave me drinking on my own, are you?" That can be hard to hear because often we want to please other people. The thing to remember is that this kind of peer pressure is all about the other person. Perhaps they believe you won't have as good a time if you're not drinking. Maybe they feel a bit uncomfortable about their drinking, so they'd rather you were drinking as well. No matter what it is that's going on for them, that is their problem, and you are not responsible for their feelings. Someone who is truly comfortable in their own skin and truly comfortable with their drinking really won't care what you are or aren't doing. The third annoying thing is that some people will say stupid things about you not drinking. So I met a friend of a friend recently who noticed that I don't drink. And he said, "Why is that then? It sounds really boring." To which I thought, "Oh, thanks for sharing your opinion when I did not ask for it." It amazes me that people think it's actually okay to say this stuff out loud. But again, and there's a bit of a theme here, other people's reactions say everything about them and nothing about you. And when I first stopped drinking, if something like that happened, I would just want the ground to swallow me up. Nowadays, I don't really take it personally at all, but I might say something a little bit challenging back just to make a point and put them in their place. The surprising benefit of dealing with this kind of crap is that, well, A, it's given me a thicker skin, B, it's made me far less judgmental of other people. So nowadays, I try and really think about how I treat other people who live life differently to me. And C, I view it all as good information about someone. Because if someone else is rude or obnoxious about you not drinking, then they're probably not a great person anyway. The fourth annoying thing is that you will sometimes feel like an awkward teenager. So after years of using alcohol to numb the edges of life, cover up any cracks and smooth over any awkwardness, sobriety can leave you feeling a bit like you're walking around naked. I actually think there's something amazing about just being yourself and not hiding behind a boozy comfort blanket. When you start showing up as you and you discover that people still like you, it's a massive confidence boost. Alcohol-free living forces you to go against the grain and be a bit different. And honestly, that will set you up for all kinds of great things. And the fifth annoying thing is that you might not be catered for. So when I first quit drinking, I seemed to go to so many events where there were just two drink options, red wine or white wine, and that was it. I've also been to places where the alcohol-free drinks are served in plastic tumblers whilst everyone else has grown-up glasses to drink from. It was bizarre. I always remind myself that it is completely ridiculous for there not to be any alcohol-free options. I mean, what about people who are just driving at that time? When you come at this from that mindset, it really gives you the confidence to say to the waiter, where are your alcohol-free drinks? Because there should be some. Or what else can you get me? And if you're going to a party or something like that, you can always take drinks with you that you know you like. You can be proactive and make sure that you've got something you know you'll be happy with. I'm going to wrap this up by reminding you of something I said at the very start. Stopping drinking is one of the best things I've ever done. It is amazing despite those annoying things that I just talked about. A lot of the stuff that I've mentioned today feels the hardest to deal with when you're in early sobriety. As you get further along, a lot of that stuff, well, it either stops happening or you stop being bothered by it. And it's important to remember that, because what you don't want to do is draw any conclusions about the rest of your life based on how you feel right now. Don't be tempted to create a story about the rest of your sober days based on the experiences you've had in these first few weeks. In the grand scheme of things, the challenges I've mentioned in this video are nothing compared to the horrors of drinking too much on a regular basis. And look, if you are strong enough to deal with horrible hangovers or go to work pretending everything's just fine, you can totally handle this stuff. So I'm Kate B. Wherever you're watching this, please scroll down and let me know in the comments what your experience of this stuff is. And are there any other annoying things I've missed off the list here? Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.